And finally she's like, I love your necklace. Where did you get it? And I was like, oh, actually, like, a guy I'm seeing got it for me. And she goes, Jim? And when I tell you my heart dropped, I've never felt my heart.
Some men do have the audacity and willpower and the energy to string you along. Ladies, you need to vent them over and over again. Trust your instinct. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Before I go on with this video, I just want to say that I want to apologize to you guys for the part 2 of the video I posted last night that was supposed to be up today. I had some technical issues with my SD card and all that, and that's why I'm actually doing a voiceover now. So guys, bear with me. That video is going to come up tomorrow. Hopefully I'm able to sort out everything out tomorrow and you're going to get it, I promise you. But today's story, this conversation is also amazing and juicy, and you don't want to miss it. Okay. Hey, beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So today's video is a video of a woman who came to share a story time of how she met this guy that is put together. He looks fantastic. He's handsome. He's everything. Everything seems like a dream. And they started dating and all that. And eventually she was like, something doesn't feel right, but she couldn't really put her finger of what wasn't right at all. And after a while of dating, a woman walked up to her in a salon, and eventually she found out that that was the man's wife. Yes, a full-blown wife. This man has a whole family. He has a different apartment, like a condo and all that. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I need you guys to hear this woman's story because I feel like everybody's going to learn something out of this. You guys know how we do it. There's always something to learn out of every conversation. But this one, you need to hear the story to the end, guys, because it will shock you. Because this man even went to the extent of stealing his wife's jewelry and giving it to her as a gift.
I never thought I was going to tell this story publicly because it's just like so much. But also it's so insane that I feel like I would be doing a public disservice not telling it. And also I learned so many valuable lessons from this, so I feel like it's also important to tell. But it's also insane. I'm at brunch with my friends and I get up to go to the bathroom, and on my way there I run into this man, let's call him Jim, who's also on his way to the bathroom. This man is a little bit older than me, so he's in his early 30s, so handsome, so well dressed, just like very a put together person. You can tell he's like well off, wearing a really nice watch. And we start kind of chatting as we're walking to the bathroom. And this man had mad riz, like so charming, just like funny, amazing, like kind of one of those personalities where you're like, something has to be wrong with you. Spoiler, there was. Just because he just seems so perfect. And I literally went back to the table and was like, girls, I'm in love. I found my husband. I met my soulmate in line for the bathroom. And obviously I'd given him my number, and we planned a date. But after I met him, I was like, love at first sight, baby, it's real. So we start seeing each other. Nothing like super, super serious. It's not like he's my boyfriend, but he travels a lot for work. So he would only be back in town every month and a half to 2 months when he would take me out on a date. And the dates he would take me out on were amazing. He would take me to the nicest restaurants. Like, we would just do the coolest things ever. And his dates were so thoughtful and so intentional. And I truly was like, this is my husband. Like, this is my husband. Like, I was head over heels for this man. But the only thing was I just like did not see him that often. He didn't have any social media, which makes sense. Like, he is in his early 30s. So I didn't think that was too weird. And every time this man would see me, he would give me a piece of jewelry, and not just like any jewelry. It was always so nice. And I always told him that he shouldn't do that. It like kind of made me uncomfortable just because it was so nice, like diamonds, gold, like very expensive things that I would never be able to just like buy for myself. But he would always be like, oh, when I was in XYZ city, I saw this and I just thought it would look beautiful on you and I had to get it for you. So I think I'm literally living in like a Hallmark movie. I'm living my dream life. This is amazing. We're planning our first trip together to go to the Bahamas. I'm like, this is incredible. he is going to stop traveling for work so much, and he's gonna be here more full time, and then he's gonna be my boyfriend, and we're gonna get married, and everything's gonna be perfect. Spoiler, that is not what happened at all. Honestly, like, the only red flag I ever really got from him was that he didn't have a house in the city that I lived in. He just kind of had this apartment condo kind of thing. And it just didn't seem very homey to me. Like, I was just like, this is so weird that you, like, this is your main home. This is the main city you live in. And it just didn't seem homey at all. But I kind of brushed it off because he travels so much that I'm like, okay, I guess it makes sense that this place isn't homey because you're not here that much. And now to the day that my entire fantasy life crumbled. It's important to note that at this time, I was public on Instagram. I'm not anymore. But at this point, I was. And I was at a coffee shop doing some work and just like posted a photo of my coffee and tagged the coffee shop I was at. So as I'm sitting there working, a woman comes and sits down next to me and starts chatting with me. And I'm like, girly, can you not see that I'm busy? But I'm trying to be nice, and she's just asking me questions. And finally she's like, I love your necklace. Where did you get it? And I was like, oh, actually, like, a guy I'm seeing got it for me. And she goes, Jim? And when I tell you my heart dropped, I've never felt my heart physically drop like that in my life. And she sees the look on my face and she immediately bursts out into tears. So I know what's going on. And I want to burst out into tears, obviously, but I'm like, keep it together. Keep it together, because I see that there is a wedding ring on her finger. And I'm like, he did not make vows to you. Like, you cannot cry right now. You're not the one that should be crying. So I'm sitting there like trying to keep it together. So this is the story I get. Obviously, that is his wife. He lives in a house with her. That is why that condo apartment thing looked so much like it wasn't lived in. It wasn't. He used that as his office. She said that in the past he cheated on her before as he traveled, but they went to couples counseling and it had been way better in recent years. But lately she started getting a weird feeling again. She said she really knew something was off when her jewelry started going missing. And the minute she said this, I'm like, oh no. No, Jim, you did it. You didn't do this. She said that the jewelry that went missing was the jewelry that she didn't wear very often, but like a woman can tell when her jewelry starts going missing. And when she asked him about it, he was like, oh, I noticed that the jewelry you don't wear as often was getting tarnished, so I brought it to get cleaned at the jeweler. And I didn't want to tell you, but they lost it. I mean, I guess that's as good as a lie as you can come up with. Like, I don't know what he was supposed to do there. So she said that earlier that week, the feeling just got so overwhelming that something was up, that when he was in the shower, she went through his phone. And she said it was so clean. Like, there was nothing there, no incriminating text, nothing. Like, this man did a good job covering his tracks. Except the one thing that she noticed is that he had the Instagram app downloaded. So she clicks on the app and sees that the account he has is like a fake account. It's like one of those like lurker accounts. It's not like an account for him. And it doesn't follow anybody. It doesn't have any followers, no posts. But she went into the search and saw that my account was the most recent search on his Instagram. And on my most recent post, she saw that I was wearing her missing necklace. When she told me that, I felt absolutely sick to my stomach. Apparently, after he got out of the shower, she confronted him and he denied. And she just said that she'd been watching my like Instagram stories the last few days and was like, I'm so sorry. I just saw you were here and I got in my car and I came and I just needed to talk to you. And I was like, girl, do not apologize, because I mean, I feel like I would have done the same thing. You got to get answers. And she was so nice. She knew that I had no idea and I felt horrible. And she was just the sweetest ever. She was like, honestly, keep all the jewelry. I don't wear it and I don't want it anymore. And I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it. So I did give all the jewelry back, because I did not want jewelry under those circumstances at all. I was like, if she wants to sell it, if she wants to do it, but they're hers. I don't want them. I actually had dinner plans at the gym the next day. And she told me that she wanted to confront him by being the one at the reservation. So when he showed up, it was her at the table instead of me. So the only communication I had with him after this event was texting him 15 minutes before the reservation that I was there, that I immediately blocked his number and haven't talked to him since. I have no idea what happened. I saw her later that day because I returned the jewelry, but after that, never spoke to either of them again. So, no idea how they're doing now. The following week, I did get a bouquet of flowers from Jim that said, the card said something like, "I'm so sorry, please let me explain." I don't know, I trashed them. I was like, this is absolutely insane that you're sending these right now. The card was also like, "It's not what it looks like." I think it's exactly what it looks like. I learned from this that when you're seeing somebody, even if there's really no red flags, you need to do a lot more background research into them than I ever thought that I would need to do. Now, before I go out with anybody, I am so diligent on making sure they're not married before I go on dates with anybody, because it's just terrible. It's a terrible experience for everyone involved, and being in that situation is horrible. Don't let this situation happen to you before you start being diligent about who you're going on dates with. Start so that it doesn't happen in the first place, because it's awful. And to Jim, I hope that you have the day you deserve.
Let me know what you think about this story time down in the comment section, because this story time got me gas. First up, if you see a man that is put together and it seems like he has his life figured out, there's always a woman behind it. Please let me know if you agree with me or not. Let me know down in the comment section. But also, I want to know your thought about the entire story down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. You guys know how we do it here on this channel. We're very respectful and we're just here to have conversation. And if you were to be the wife, how will you navigate this thing? And if you were to be this woman, how will you navigate everything? I would like to know your thought on this. So here's my thought on this. I feel like the wife is very smart. And you know that Instagram thing? That is so true. That is actually a very point way for you to find someone and know who the person has been looking up, especially on Instagram. Go to the search. Sometimes they don't follow them, sometimes they don't send no messages, but they will search. The search. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But one thing that just threw me off in this entire video or the entire story was the fact that this man was stealing his wife's jewelry and giving it to his girlfriend. The audacity of this man. The audacity, because I don't know what was it thinking. I don't, like, honestly, ladies, if you want to get yourself into a relationship and it does not feel right, like you met the person and everything seems too good to be true, like, listen to your intuition. I did a video about intuition, how a woman's intuition never lies. Ladies, trust it. Like, your intuition never ever lies. Like, that gut feeling that you have about something or someone, dig into it. Hold back. Don't, like, hold back into it because it's trying to tell you something. Anyway, let me know your thought about this video, because, like, mm-mm. But I actually like the way the wife and the girl, the lady that told the story, actually handled it, like the reservation thing. But I personally, the nosy me would like to know what actually happened in that reservation. Like, I try, obviously, we don't know who the wife is, but I wish the wife would do a story time and let's get the spicy tea of what happened. But the fact that this man had the audacity to send a bouquet of flowers to this woman to apologize, and, like, that's not the way, like, that's not exactly how it is. Like, really? Sometimes these men just want to gaslight you, make you feel like something, like you're not thinking properly, your brain is not calculating right. But anyway, it is like, ladies, trust your instinct. That's all I have to say. And this man, if he looks too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. If he looks put together, looks like he has his life figured out, it's actually two things. I take that back. It's actually two things. He has a woman behind him, or he's gay. That's my own take on it. Like, if you see a man that has everything in the shirt, iron, kind, and all that, most likely, not all men, most likely he has a woman that is getting his life all together, or he's just in his feminine energy like that. And ladies, run. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respect. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.